Hey everyone, AMR back again with another IMDB quiz. So I will try to leave a link to this down in the description. Essentially, it's as follows. So you have something that is like your starter base here. It has an IMDB rating of, like for this one, 8.6. And the next one, you have to guess if it's higher or lower than that. And then you just kind of try and go for a streak here. So I think I'm going to start off here with some TV shows for the baseline. Apologies if there's any ads and stuff like that. This, I don't believe, has an option to pay for the site, nor would I. It does have a pretty cool UI though, so go ahead and bear with me here. But as always, if you like the content, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Let's go ahead and jump into this. So The Big Bang Theory is a pretty good show. I just don't know if it's higher than an 8.6. I'm going to say it's lower. Okay, so that makes sense. You got Spaced, which is filmed in 1999. I don't know what this is. I've never heard of it. This kind of looks like Bill Burr, if you know. Maybe lower? I feel like I would have heard more about it. Really? Okay, Faulty Towers, 1975. It's probably higher, even though I've never heard of this. So it's 8.8. Might be worth looking into that one. The Thick of It in 2005. 8.8 is pretty high. Wow. 8.6. Is there anything that's like a bad show? Who's in this? Sam Hugan. I don't know who this is. I don't know what this is either. I'm going to say it's lower. Holy cow. The Simpsons has to be extremely high. 8.7 seems a little low for The Simpsons, honestly. You got Crash Landing on You. You got Huin Bin and Son Yi Jin. I don't know what that means, but I'm going to put ahead and say it's lower. Just barely. You got Pam and Tommy. I've heard that this is actually pretty good. With all things being considered, though, I haven't gotten a chance to look at it yet. Sebastian Stan is one of my favorite actors currently. And then I think it's also got Margot Robbie, I want to say, plays Pamela Anderson, but it could be Lily James, given that her name's right there. I'm going to go ahead and say this is lower because it's like on Hulu, I think. You got Joe versus Carol 2022. Oh, man. So obviously this is a spinoff of the Tiger King. Is it better or worse than Pam and Tommy? I'd have to imagine it's probably worse, even though it might be pretty funny. Wow, 5.9 is pretty damn bad. Euphoria, I mean, just like carpet bombed with like penises, but I've heard pretty good things. So 8.4, you have Community. Community is also one of those shows that's kind of been hitting pretty well. I'm going to say it's higher. Okay, you got Human Planet. Anytime that you have like movies that are based around the planet, they typically have a pretty high rating. That's a really cool logo, by the way. It looks like the planet Earth and like in the center of a pupil. I'm going to say it's higher. Holy cow, 8.9 is really high. Okay, so we've reached our first really, really tough one here. So This Is Us is actually a show that I watched probably the first season of it, and then I just didn't have cable anymore, so I didn't watch it anymore. I really liked the show. I thought it had a really cool like persona and stuff, but I just don't see it beating an 8.9. 8.9 is pretty hard to beat. You have Harley Quinn, which it looks like this is a cartoon-based thing. I'd have to say it's lower. Oh my god, 8.4 is really high though. You got Mayor of Easttown 2021. You got Kate Winslet as the lead actress. So it's got to be a pretty highly established film or TV show, that is. So you got Dragon Ball Z. Oh man. Dragon Ball Z was like the forefront for this whole new wave of anime, and I never got into it, but I know a ton of people that lost their freaking mind over it. 8.4 is pretty high, but I know that there's a lot of people that swear by Dragon Ball Z. I'm going to go higher. Glad that I did. You got Spartacus, Gods of the Arena. I'm going to go ahead and probably say this one's lower, just because it looks like this came after 300, which left like a huge landmark on the films based around like god tier stuff in the arena. I'm just going to say it's lower, but I've never seen it. Oh my god, 8.5. Louis was a pretty big dud. I remember that one. 8.5 for Louis? Are you kidding me? I didn't think it was that good. Got Vince Vaughn and Colin Farrell. Two really well-known actors, and I don't remember this show at all. I'm gonna say it's lower. Wow. So that's our first loss. Go ahead and switch over to the movies. I'm not really as well versed when it comes to hold on really quick, one sec. So you have a bunch of different options here. You have YouTubers, IMDB ratings, you got rich people. Let's go ahead and do IMDB ratings. So these are all movies in case you didn't know what that meant. You have Saw 4, which is a 5.9 versus The Hobbit. Now, I think The Hobbit is probably going to have like a 7.6, 7.8, pretty close. Casino is by and large one of the best films of that whole, like, I'm Italian and I want to do a bunch of stuff that's associated with the mob and whatever. And so, like, you got Joe Pesci, Robert De Niro. It's a Martin Scorsese film. It has a lot of really, really cool parts in it. Sharon Stone plays like the wife who is all coked up all the time. It's a really good film. I think it's got to be higher. 8.2 seems a little unjust for that type of a film. You got The Exorcist. So typically, I don't believe that horror films get rated all that high. However, this could be the exception to the rule. I'm going to go ahead and say this is probably an 8.1 or an 8. Okay, pretty damn close. So you got Clerks. I can't remember where this one lies, but I have had this one in the past. It looks like this is actually... So I think that this is actually a sequel. So if it's the sequel, I'd have to imagine this one's lower. But that being said, I think it's actually going to be higher if it's the first one. 7.7. So that kind of sucks. I couldn't really tell. It was a little, Tangled sucked ass. 7.7? Jesus. Okay, so Clerks is going to be the exact same. And this is a freebie. You got Click. So the question is not whether or not I think that the movie's good or bad. I think it's literally going to be how it was reviewed. And I don't think that Click actually had that high of a review rate. It really kind of got put through the ringer there. My father and my son, never heard of it, but a 6.4 is pretty easy to beat, honestly. Transformers: The Last Night 2017. This one has Mark Wahlberg in it. Is that Anthony? Is he actually in that? Pretty wild. It's got to be lower. It definitely was like one of the worst Transformers. Red Rocket. Okay. So I'm going to say it's higher because 5.2 is pretty bad, but I have never seen it, never heard of it. You got Nobody. I've heard a bunch of different things coming out of this show. Obviously, you got Bob Odenkirk, who is really, really funny. I like him in Better Call Saul and the Breaking Bad trilogies, spinoffs, if you will. I've never seen it. I don't know what it's about. I guess he plays more of like this gangster. He's not really a gangster. He's just like, I don't really know what to call it, but he's definitely more of a tough guy in it. I think that this is probably going to be higher, but I haven't seen it. Ooh, 7.4 is pretty damn close. I heard Doolittle sucked. Yeah, 5.5. Blade Runner is going to be way high. Blade Runner is very good. All About Eve. So I don't know why. I really don't. But IMDb has like this perceived notion that like anything before 1965 is like guaranteed to have an 8.2 or higher. I've never seen this movie, but like look at 8.2 or higher every single time. Never heard of it. I think Whiplash actually did pretty well. It's got the one guy who plays he's like the guy who runs the Daily Bugle in Spider-Man, like the original Spider-Man. I don't know what his name is. Maybe it's J.K. Simmons. It's a pretty good movie, honestly. He's got some really cool one-liners in there. He plays like the I don't know what they're called. The guy who stands in front of the band and then waves his little baton thing, like maybe Maestro. Anyway, I personally don't know what this movie is going to be rated. I'm going to say lower, but I could totally be wrong here. 8.2 is a pretty prestigious rating. 8.5. So that's definitely a movie that I'm going to have to get around to watching. I bet it's pretty damn good. So you got Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl. So yeah, I actually like this movie quite a bit. 8.2 is pretty freaking high though. I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's higher. So 8.0. Okay, so that kind of sucks, but whatever. You got Dog 2022 is a 6.5, really? It's that new movie with Channing Tatum where he gets like that retired police dog. I think it's going to be higher. got to be right. You got Casino. Casino, I think, was 8.1 as well. This should be a freebie. 8.2. Okay. Kiss of the Spider Woman. Never heard of it. Be surprised if it's better than Casino, though. You got Onward. Onward movie. Dude, this movie like really hits you in the feels. I had very low expectations going into Onward, and I was very surprised, and it felt really good leaving that film. I'm going to say it's higher. 7.5 is pretty damn low. Wizard of Oz is going to be like a 9 something. Only an 8? Wild Tales, never heard of it. I'm just going to go ahead and say it's lower. In what world is Wild Tales better than Wizard of Oz? Let's go ahead and switch the game mode here. Okay, so let's go ahead and just do salary range. Okay, so everything's going to be in euros, which is just going to throw me off. An IT project manager has 5,400 euros. I'm just going to say it's probably less. I mean, just duh. You have an electrician. Electricians can make quite a bit of money, honestly. You have an insurance salesman. So this one's kind of tough because I think it all has to base off of whether or not you get some type of commission, but I'm going to go ahead and say lower. Holy shit. Maybe in their country, but this is definitely not. So you have a caretaker. That's a lot for a caretaker, given that we saw an electrician making 3,100. That's pretty damn good. Industrial mechanics got to be way more. Excavator operator. I think that they actually do make pretty good money. It's just really high stress. Wow. This is pretty tough. You got road builder. Holy Christ. I mean, how is that not just a civil engineer? And then a teacher at a secondary school, for sure less. What? Are you kidding me? In what world? You have a chemical technical assistant making 36.22 versus a Tyler. It's gotta be fucking lower. Come on, let's be honest here. You got a mechatronics engineer. I mean, this one has to be higher. It's like a very specific type. You have a technical drawer. This is really tough, man. I would have to imagine that this is probably lower. I don't know, though. Is this just like an architect? Oh my God, dude. I have like no idea what things pay, apparently. 5,400 for an IT manager. You have a media designer of digital and print media. Way less. About half. A waiter, probably... Well, they don't tip. That's the thing. They don't tip in other countries, so I'm going to say less. Driving instructor, it's got to be more than a waitress, right? Or a waiter, sorry. You have a retail cashier. I would have to put this in the same ballpark as waiter. Oh, that's pretty damn close. You have a wholesaler. This one's got to be more, right? By a lot, actually. You have a geriatric nurse. Oh, man. I'd have to say it's pretty high. This is like a caregiver. Oh, I knew it was going to be close, though. I couldn't tell. You have an office communication clerk and a geriatric nurse. So we just saw that one was going to be lower. You have a speech therapist. This one's got to be lower, right? I don't know. I really don't know. I would have to say it's probably lower. That's pretty damn close. You got security service. Oh, man. I'm going to say more. Barely. You have an industrial clerk. I'm going to say more as well. That's pretty good. You have a forklift operator. It's got to be pretty low. I mean, not pretty low, but it's probably lower than 33.48. That's about right. A waiter is like 1,600, I think. Yep, 1,685. You have a painter. I think a painter actually can make a pretty good living in some countries. Is this talking about like an artist, or is this like someone who just paints houses? It looks like he's just painting furniture. I'll still go higher. I'll probably say like 2085. 2735. Holy cow. You have a plumber and gas fitter. I mean, it sounds like you might need to have some type of specialization in that stuff. I'm going to say more. 5 euros more. That's like literally nothing. You have an excavator operator. I think this is what, 3,300? Okay, not too bad so far. A caregiver. Am I losing my mind, or did that say 3,400 last time? I think it said 3,400. I'm gonna go more. Oh, it's 2,698. I'm so close. Software engineer, master. I'm gonna say more. You can make quite a bit in software engineering. I wouldn't know anything about that. You have less. You have a programmer. How is that any different than a software engineer master? I'm gonna say it's more. Electrician's gonna be less. You have an office administration clerk. I'm gonna say that's probably less. Holy shit, you're overpaying for that. Got a painter. That was, yeah, legit. Okay, this one's got to be more, because this is going to take a lot of like analytics. An auditor. I'm going to say probably about the same. I'll go with just a little bit less. Holy shit, bro. They make bank. An auditor makes that much money? Are you kidding me? Holy cow. A marketing manager and a social worker. Social workers don't make shit. That's a lot more than I thought. A waiter, we already know it, that's lower. A seller, what the hell does that even mean? But it's got to be more, right? You got a metal worker. I'm going to say more. Pretty dangerous, right? Pretty good. Pharmacist, for sure, more. How does an auditor make more than a pharmacist? A pharmacist could kill you. I mean, an auditor could ruin your life. But you have a roofer. A roofer has to be making less. That's pretty close. You have an architect. Architects for sure make more. You have a baker. A baker's probably going to make less, but it really is dependent on where they work and all that kind of stuff. A warehouse worker is also going to be pretty damn close to this. Oh my God, that is so bogus. All right, let's go ahead and flip over here to... What the hell is this? In this game, you have to guess how much someone is worth to a film based on the worldwide box office earnings for every film. All right, let's try this one. Julia Roberts, worth per movie. I don't know who this guy is. She's like a renowned actress, so she's probably making more. What? That was way too close. Bradley Cooper is probably making an outrageous amount of money per film. You got Kevin. I don't want to say the last name. I'm going to say less. What the? Bro. Who was that guy? Who was that guy? All right, Jim Carrey. That is insane how much money he's making per film. Jon Favreau. I just can't see a world where he makes more money. Okay, so Jon Favreau is pretty tough because he directs a lot of movies. Like, he's directed the Iron Man movies. He was in Iron Man. Like, does that take into account also that? For that reason alone, I think I'm going to go with 10. Okay, that's a lot. Steven Spielberg's got to be a lot. Jon Favreau gets paid more than Steven Spielberg. Unbelievable. That's so sad. Johnny Depp has to have a pretty high one because he literally spends his entire life savings per movie. 7 million's not a ton. This is kind of crazy. Michael Keaton, you got J-Lo. J-Lo's going to be way less, right? Seriously? And then this guy's got 12. I don't even know who this guy is. Will Smith is going to be pretty up there as well. Oh, man. I'm going to say more. Jesus Christ. Tom Hardy. I'm probably going to say more. No, I can't do more. I can't do more because then he would have never gotten picked for Venom. I'd have to say he's probably close to like 15. Yeah. You got Robin Wright. Don't know who that is, but probably more. Damn. Dude, this is like super freaking hard. Cameron Diaz got to be more. David Heyman, more. I thought we saw that one already. You got Russell Crowe and you got Cameron Diaz. I would say you're probably going to get Russell Crowe for... Wow. Okay. So Digimon? Is that how you say that guy's name? I think it's actually pronounced. So I'm gonna say he's less. He's in Blood Diamond. He's in Captain Marvel. He's in a couple of other things. Giovanni Ribisi. Oh, I've seen him in some stuff. I can't think of anything off the top of my head what he's in though. If I can think of a movie that he's in, I might be able to get better take on it. He's probably less. That's pretty low. Oh man, that's pretty damn close though. Zack Snyder has like 25. 13. Okay. Spielberg's less. It's at 11. Vin Diesel. It's got to be less. That's a lot for Groot. This guy's making more than Leonardo DiCaprio. He must be a director. Oh, he is a director. Yes. He recreated the Justice League movie. And then you got Johnny Depp, who's like 7 million, I think. David Heyman, he's more. He's like 11. 8.5, actually. Ribisi was less. Seth Rogen's got to be way more. What? Oh my God. Wow. Are you kidding me? 7.5 million for Seth Rogen. Ryan Reynolds has to be 13 million. You see. You got Jerry Bruckheimer. So he's another director. I think that he is the creator of CSI. I'm going to say more. Bingo. Bradley Cooper was... Now I'm second guessing it. I think Bradley Cooper is 12 something. Ooh, that's pretty close. Dude, we just got Vin Diesel and it was way higher than I ever expected. Oh my God, it was so close though. Bruce Berman, I don't know who that is. Got to be a director. Unbelievable. Leonardo DiCaprio, we saw, was only 10 million. Only 10 million. You got Chris Evans. Chris Evans is like getting up there. I'm gonna say lower though. Ooh, that's like really low, actually. Julia Roberts is 8.8. Emma Watson. I'm gonna say more. Jesus. Yeah, Johnny Depp was 7. This is like just a memory game at this point. Ben Affleck's got to be 9.5. 12.5. You got Matt Damon. Matt Damon's got to be insanity. I'm gonna say 15. 9. He needs to bump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers. Jon Favreau was more. Russell Crowe was less. Dwayne Johnson, I want to say he's more. He's got to be more. Oh my God. Jerry Bruckheimer, he's also more. Emma Watson, we just saw Emma Watson and she had... What did she have? I think Emma Watson had 12 something, and I think it was more than this. God damn it, dude. Tom Cruise, definitely more. Jesus, bro. 22? Are you kidding me? This guy's for sure lower. He plays Mordo in Doctor Strange. You got Scarlett Johansson. She's probably more. Unbelievable. And then I'll go ahead and switch over to one more mode here. I'm going to do cost of films. So you have Fight Club made in 1999 for $63 million versus The Force Awakens. I'm for sure going to say that this costs more. CGI alone. You have Inception. Inception is probably pretty deceiving because there is a ton of CGI in it. However, I just don't think it's got... I'm going to say less, but I could be wrong. It's got a lot of renowned actors in it. You know, it's got Tom Hardy. It's got the girl who plays Juno. You got Leonardo da Vinci. Guy from Batman Begins with the face mask thing. And then Star Wars Awakens, you just have, you know, a bunch of lesser known people. Am I going to say Inception's more than Star Wars? I'm going to say no. Okay. Chronicles of Narnia in 2008, I'm going to say it's higher. Yeah. There's a lot of CGI. I mean, like, there's just whole scenes. I think the whole movie is CGI. Half-Blood Prince, 2009. Trying to think how much CGI was in that movie. I think this is like one of their lesser CGI ones. I'm going to say less. Wow. That's crazy. You got Birds of Prey with 84.5 million. I'm just going to say this one's probably, I hope it's less. 13.5 million. Wow, that's crazy. 250. Okay, Iron Man 3, I'm going to say is less. Ooh, it was going up pretty fast. I was getting a little scared. You got Lord of the Rings. I'm going to say it's higher. 93 million for Lord of the Rings? Pretty good. You got Titanic, which is going to be less. 200 million for the Titanic. Open Water for sure is going to be less. Oh my God. They should win an award for just that. You have The Hobbit. I mean, it's for sure going to be more. Frozen 2 is going to be pretty high as well. I don't know. I mean, it's shorter than The Lord of the Rings. I'm going to say less. The Invisible Man. This girl's from Us. And I'm just going to say less. Yeah, makes sense. Oz the Great and Powerful is going to be way over budget. Contagion was fantastic. Such a good movie. You got Gwyneth Paltrow, Kate Winslet, Lauren Fishburne, Matt Damon, Bryan Cranston. I mean, this movie's got to be a lot of money just in the amount of talent that they had on. I'm gonna say more, but there's not there. It's also got Jude Law. Oh my God, that is a feat that you were able to do that. Halloween's gonna be more, but not much. You have this one's gonna be more, but not much. Mad Max, I'm gonna say is I'm gonna say less. Oh my God, $200,000 to make Mad Max. That is insane. The Amazing Spider-Man, 200 million. I think Man of Steel is going to be pretty damn close, honestly. They had some pretty cool scenes in Man of Steel. I'm going to go more. That's why he's Superman. 21 Jump Street's going to be way less. Battleship's going to be way more. 7's going to be way less. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is going to be way more. It's going to be less. Iron Man 3 is going to be more. I mean, these are just kind of like back and forth gimmies at this point. King's Speech is going to be way less. SpongeBob SquarePants the movie's going to be more, I want to say. Oh my God, not much. I got a little scared there. Pitch Perfect 2. I want to say Pitch Perfect 2 is probably more. I don't know, man. There's not a whole lot that goes into it. I hear me out on this. I think I'm going to go less here. Wow, that was incredible. Bad Boys for Life. I think I'm going to go more. Gee, that's way overpaid. Click, I think I'm also going to go... Click, I think I'm going to go more. 82.5 million. We got 15 in a row there. I'll do it one more time here. So this one's going to be less. This one's going to be less. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? I mean, it makes sense, but Jesus. This one's going to be like 275. 300 million. This one's going to be less. Yeah, contrary to belief, Toy Story was actually a pretty low budget film. Forrest Gump, I'm going to say it's more because damn, that movie is a long ass movie. Okay, 55. You got Crawl, which I think we saw was pretty low. Yeah. Monsters University is going to be pretty high. I didn't think it was going to be that high. Man of Steel is like 225. You got Marriage Story. I'm going to say it's less. Pitch Perfect 2 is more, 29 million. The Hunt. Ultimate Human Hunting Experience. I don't know what this is. I'm going to say... I think I'm going to say less here because I don't know what it is. Okay, 15 million. You got The Artist. I'm going to say more. It's pretty close. The Call of the Wild. I think that this one's going to be more as well. Batman versus Superman for sure going to be more. Sex and the City is going to be less. Onward is close. How much do I think Onward's going to be? If I had to guess, I think Onward's going to be like 87 million. Okay, try double that and then some. Okay, is this the one that has the more, or is this the one that has the less? I think this one has more. This one's like 193. 217. The Dark Knight Rises. It's gotta be pretty freaking high. Okay, 230 million. You got Moonlight. It's gotta be less. I mean, 230 million's ridiculous. Saw 4 is gonna be more than that. Goodfellas is probably gonna be more just on cast alone. I mean, hopefully this takes into account inflation. 25 million seems pretty low as well. You got Joker. Joker is probably a really low budget film. You got De Niro. You got Joaquin Phoenix. It's pretty low budget, honestly, but it's one of those films that I think it's going to be like right around like 32 million. Ooh, 55 million. That's pretty high. I think Parasite's like incredibly low. It is it's an international film, so it was made overseas. I believe it's made in, I want to say South Korea or Japan. It's somewhere over there. I don't remember, but I think it was really low budget. Yeah, 11.5 million. That's pretty great. You got Avengers is probably going to be like 163. Jesus Christ. Dark Knight is going to be lower. Wow, that was so much money. The Pink Panther's got to be less. If not, it's an atrocity. 80 million, still pretty high. I'm going to say this one's higher as well. Ford versus Ferrari is going to be lower. Got a good cast, though. Fast and the Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw. What the hell is this? I'm going to say it's more, but I don't know what that is. You got Pixels. I'm going to say Pixels is lower. It's got a pretty crazy cast, though. It's got Adam Sandler, Kevin James, Peter Dinklage, the guy who plays Gaston's little person. I'm gonna say less, but I'm gonna say it's probably like 160. 88. Okay. I mean, this one's got to be more. Birdman or The Unexpected. I mean, this one's got to be less. I don't even heard of this. Knives Out's going to be way more. Really? Suicide Squad is going to be even more. I mean, we're on a roll right now. 34 is pretty freaking high. You got The Shape of Water. I think this one's going to be less. 20 million. The Matrix was pretty high budget, I believe. 63 is incredible for that movie. This one's going to be more. X-Men The Last Stand is going to be less. Beauty and the Beast. Oh, this is where it's probably going to end, guys. I think that Beauty and the Beast is more than 210. I really do. I think that's going to be more. 255. Wow. It's going to be less. Contagion's going to be more. Got Frozen 2, which is going to be... I think that this one was 55, if I remember correctly. Let's think about it, though, for a sec. Pretty short film. I think I'm going to go less here. Oh, my God. 41. So, as always, if you like today's content, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, helps me out a ton. But I'll catch you in the next one. See you.